thought my mother betrayed my father. But the final truth showed something far more shocking. The night air in Enugu felt heavy. The city lights flickered across the quiet streets. Inside Gene-Clear DNA laboratory, Tina sat alone again. The computer screen glowed softly in front of her. Her head rested in her hands. Everything she believed about her family had broken. First result. Her father was not her biological father. Second result. Her brothers were not his children either. Third result. Uncle Paul was not the father. Which meant something else. Something bigger. Something hidden for 24 years. Tina slowly looked up. Her mind replayed one memory. Her mother's words from long ago. Some secrets are buried not to protect lies, but to protect lives. That sentence suddenly felt important. Very important. Tina opened the laboratory database. If the answer was not in her house, maybe it was somewhere else. Somewhere older. She began searching hospital birth records. 24 years ago. Location. Enugu. Her fingers moved quickly across the keyboard. Name. Grace Okeke. Delivery year. Hospital records. Hundreds of files appeared. Then one record caught her eye. The hospital name looked familiar. Queen Mother Maternity Clinic. Tina's eyes widened. That was the clinic her mother once mentioned. The place where she gave birth to Tina. Tina opened the file. The screen loaded slowly. Then the record appeared. She leaned closer, reading carefully. At first everything looked normal. Mother, Grace Okeke. Delivery date, 24 years ago. But something strange appeared at the bottom of the page. A note written by a nurse. A short sentence. Temporary newborn mix-up resolved. Tina froze. Her heart skipped a beat. Mix-up. Her hands began shaking again. She opened more records. Searching deeper. Then she found another file. Another baby born the same night. Another mother. Another child. And suddenly, the truth exploded inside her mind. The hidden truth. 24 years ago, 2 women gave birth in the same hospital. Grace Okeke. And another woman. The babies were placed in the nursery. But that night, there was confusion. A nurse mistake. 2 babies were switched. The mistake was discovered hours later. But something strange happened next. The hospital record stopped there. No correction note. No explanation. Just silence. Tina leaned back slowly. Her voice trembled. Wait. If the babies were switched, then... Her eyes widened with a shocking realization. Maybe her father was her father. But the baby that went home with them was not the baby born to Grace. Tina whispered in disbelief. We were switched. At that exact moment another memory returned to her mind. Her mother crying once when Tina was a teenager. Grace had said something strange that day. Sometimes God gives you the child you were meant to raise. Tina suddenly understood. Her mother had known. For 24 years. Grace had known. The blackmailer's last move. Just as Tina tried to process the truth, her phone rang again. Aichukwa. She answered immediately. I know the truth now. There was silence on the other side. Then he laughed. So you found the hospital record? Tina's eyes hardened. You knew? Yes. You planned all this? Of course. His voice became colder. Now the city will hear the full story. Tina felt anger rise. You think destroying my family will make you powerful? He replied calmly. I already sent the story to a journalist. Her heart dropped. It will be published tomorrow morning. Tina's mind raced. If that story came out, the whole truth would still destroy her father. Even if it was a hospital mistake. The world would not care. Scandal travels faster than truth. Tina whispered slowly. You are wicked. But Aichukwa only laughed again. Maybe. Then the call ended. The decision. That night Tina returned home. The Okeke house was quiet. Her father sat in the living room reading again. Her mother sat beside him silently. Tina stood at the entrance for a long moment. Her hands held a brown envelope. Inside the envelope were the DNA results. And the hospital record. The full truth. Her father looked up. "My daughter, you are late again." Tina walked slowly toward them. Her heart felt heavy. But she knew something now. Secrets only grow bigger in darkness. Truth must eventually breathe. She placed the envelope on the table. "Daddy, Mama, I need to tell you something." Grace's face immediately turned pale. She already knew. Tina looked at her mother with tears in her eyes. "Mama, you knew about the hospital mistake." Grace's hands began trembling. Pastor Daniel looked confused. "What mistake?" Tina opened the envelope. Her voice shook. "Daddy, the DNA test is true. You are not my biological father." Silence filled the room. Pastor Daniel slowly leaned back. But before he could speak, Tina continued. "But Mama did not betray you." Grace began crying softly. Tina placed the hospital record on the table. "You were supposed to have a baby that night. But the hospital switched babies." Pastor Daniel stared at the paper, reading slowly. His face changed from confusion to shock, then to deep sadness. Grace covered her face. "I wanted to tell you." Her voice broke. "But I was afraid you would send the baby away. I loved her already." Pastor Daniel looked at Tina, then at the record, then at his wife. Minutes passed in silence. Finally he spoke. His voice was quiet. "Grace, did you love this child?" Grace nodded through tears. "With all my heart." Pastor Daniel then looked at Tina. The girl he raised. The girl he carried in the rain. The girl he called his daughter for 24 years. He slowly stood up, walked toward her, and hugged her tightly. "My daughter." Tina broke into tears. "But, Daddy, I am not your blood." Pastor Daniel smiled sadly. "Blood did not teach you to walk. Blood did not stay awake when you were sick. Blood did not raise you for 24 years. He wiped her tears gently. Love did." Grace cried even harder now. Pastor Daniel took her hand too. "We will face the truth together." The final twist. The next morning something unexpected happened. The journalist who planned to publish the scandal received a new message. A bigger story. A different story. The story of a hospital mistake. A family who chose love over blood. And a pastor who refused to abandon the child he raised. The article spread quickly across Enugu. But instead of shame, people admired the family even more. And Aichukwa, the laboratory, fired him after discovering his blackmail attempt. The final words.
"Dad, look at the sunset over Enugu.
It's beautiful. I'm glad we can share this.
It feels like home."
It always will. You look peaceful today.
For the first time in days.
Truth is like light. Sometimes it hurts the eyes.
But it reveals what's real.
Sometimes it hurts the eyes, but it also shows the path. Sometimes it hurts the eyes, but it also shows the path.
Tina nodded. Family is not only built by blood.
It is built by love. Is what makes us a family.
The reminder of his generosity and faith.
It truly was. A simple act. He lives on in those
Tina
moments.
looked at the brown envelope in her hand one last time. The envelope that once carried lies. Now it carried truth. She smiled softly. The envelope of truth. And this time, the truth did not destroy a family. It saved one. The end open book. Sometimes, the truth we fear the most is not meant to destroy us, but to reveal what truly matters. Family is not only about blood. It is about love, sacrifice, and the people who choose to stay. A man who raises you with love is your father in every way that matters. And sometimes, secrets are not kept to hide evil, but to protect hearts that are not ready for pain. Now tell me, if you were Tina, would you hide the truth to protect your family? Or reveal it no matter the consequences? And one more question. Do you believe blood makes a family? Or love does? Drop your answer in the comments, white down pointing backhand index. Let's talk about it. For more deep African stories like this, don't forget to like, share, drop a comment, and follow the page.